Hello, welcome to Levant TV headlines. Hundreds of Syrian refugees who had fled into Turkey have crossed back as a border gate reopened a few days after Islamic State militants were ousted from the frontier town of Tel Abyad forces by Syrian Kurds. Gunmen in speeding cars opened fire on a vehicle transporting Iraqi Interior Ministry officials in Baghdad, killing 2 officers. United Nations investigators say Israel and Palestinian armed groups committed grave violations during the 2014 Gaza conflict that may amount to war crimes. And at least 8 policemen and civilians have been wounded after explosions hit 2 houses in Egypt's El Arish, the provincial capital of the North Sinai region. Iranian negotiator Abbas Araghchi says he hopes a meeting today with 3 European foreign ministers in Luxembourg will address disagreements in nuclear talks that have hindered progress towards a deal. And now let's have a look at the top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. Starting from the UAE, the Khalij Times leads reporting that Iran's parliament curtailed its own power to block a nuclear deal with world powers, effectively removing a long-standing threat that a final accord could be torn up by lawmakers. The paper also reports that Emirates Airlines suspended one of its flights from Birmingham to Dubai after a rat has been spotted on board, which caused fear among the passengers, especially after all attempts made by the cabin crew to rid the plane of the mouse failed. From Beirut, the Daily Star leads reporting that Hezbollah and the Syrian army thwarted an ISIS attack in the northern Kalamoun region, killing a number of militants. The paper also reports that Health Minister Wael Abu Faour has announced the formation of a committee to investigate medical errors after a doctor was arrested earlier this month for allegedly misdiagnosing a baby, which led to a condition that required the amputation of all 4 limbs. The Egypt Independent leads reporting that a spokesperson for the German Foreign Ministry says no one will be extradited from Germany if they face the death penalty. When asked about an Al Jazeera journalist who has been remanded in custody in Berlin at Egypt's request. The paper also reports that an announcement by an Arab-Israeli lawmaker that he plans to join a pro-Palestinian flotilla seeking to break Israel's blockade on Gaza caused outrage amongst country's political class. Now let's take a look at the top headlines here in the UK. In The Guardian, a report that the Israeli government has withdrawn an animated video that mocked the way in which foreign journalists covered last summer's Gaza incursion. The South Park-style video, which suggested that international correspondents who covered the conflict were guilty of naive reporting, outraged members of the Foreign Press Association. The Telegraph leads reporting that the wife of a senior Israeli minister has sparked outrage with a racist tweet about President Barack Obama, and the tweet read, "Do you know what Obama coffee is? Black and weak." Judy Shalom Nir Moses deleted the tweet and apologized, but negative reaction was swift, and many people on Twitter noted that the offensive tweet came as America grieved over one of the worst race-related hate crimes in decades. The Independent reports that Al Jazeera has demanded that Germany immediately released one of its senior journalists mysteriously held in Berlin since Saturday on what police said was an Egyptian arrest warrant. 52-year-old Ahmed Mansour, a well-known broadcaster for the Qatar-based television channel, was arrested on an Egyptian-issued warrant that accused him of several crimes, including torturing a lawyer in Cairo's Tahrir Square in 2011. And now international papers. From Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says Islamic State militants have laid bombs at the ancient ruins in Syria's Palmyra, but it is not known if the purpose is to blow up the ruins or to prevent the regime forces from advancing into the town. And China's Global Times reports that Iraqi security forces continue their battles against the Islamic State militants in the provinces of Salahuddin and Anbar, as tit-for-tat battles have kept ramping up since Saturday night between the security forces backed by some allied militias and the ISIS fighters. That was it for today. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.